I'm Christine Bay. This is TaijiFit. 45 minutes of flowing Tai Chi and Qigong to balance your mind and body. If you want, get up off your chair. If you want to stay seated, you're welcome to do any of this practice seated as well. So it's up to you to decide. It's all gain, no pain. So whatever makes sense. I'm going to wiggle and shake and let any tension out. Shake a leg, shake an arm. Take a few slow breaths. Take a few fast breaths. Breathe in. Tighten up, let go, whatever makes sense. Let go of any tension that might have followed you around today. I'm going to start in my dynamic neutral. We call it Wu Ji, just a Chinese term for a relaxed dynamic neutral position. So if you're normally upright and stiff, I want you to just soften a touch, allow your knees to unlock, let your feet connect to the earth like you're wiggling them into some sand or some nice lush spring grass that probably needs to be mowed in my yard. Let the shoulders soften. If you want, you can put one hand over the other right there below your belly button on your lower dantian. This is a powerhouse energy center right there deep in your core. What I'm doing is breathing and just letting the breath settle down in there and fill the balloon, imaginary balloon right there in my belly. When I say fill, I mean maybe 75%, so not even 100%. We like to take our movements nice and easy and gentle, so this is a little different workout than anything else maybe you've done before if you're new to Tai Chi. This is softer, gentler, slower, not harder, faster, stronger. So just let go of any expectations or needs for perfection or getting anything right. Let the breath slow and calm the body. Noticing any places that might be a little tight. Let the breath go there. Maybe it's the shoulders or lower back. Maybe it's your jaw. Or maybe it's your toes. Sometimes my feet don't even get the message. Send that energy all the way down into the soles of your feet. Breathing in and out through the nose. If your hay fever hasn't struck up yet. Noticing your head just floating there, up at the top of the spine, finding the length up and down the body. Finding your width, expanding as the breath fills your torso. Let the shoulders find their space, floating there above your rib cage. Completely at ease. And on the next breath in, let the hands drift up to your sides, weightless. And gently float back down. Like they're gently being lifted on a gust of breeze. Nice spring breeze. Floating up. And settling. Once more like that. Breathing in fresh, clean spring air. And slowly lowering. Let's scoop up, hands gather, palms up, circle around, bring in some energy, and press down, right down the front of the body. It's called sinking the chi. Chi loosely translates into energy or life force, breath, whatever you want to think of it as. Just letting it circulate and move throughout the body, letting it calm, nurture, heal, and restore, head to toe. Once more, sinking the chi, breathing in and out. And then let the hands rise in front, floating up. Right there, and then let the elbows soften and the wrists, and then the hands trail behind slowly. Soften the knees a little more if you want. Lifting arms in the breeze and then just gliding back down. This time as the hands lower, let's gently bring the head down or watch the hands as they lower to your sides, gazing down at that space between your feet. And then on the next breath in, arms drift up again. Turn the palms in towards you. And soften the elbows, tuck the chin, and watch the hands move in towards your chest. Turn and press forward, and then watch as they lower. Feeling the back of the neck release, and follow the hands on the way up. Gazing at your hands as they come in. Turn and push. Nice slow exhale all the way down. Letting the head just gently soften, roll there, right there in front of you. Now, circle the hands around, the arms reach out and around, sync your chi again. Hands float up in front. One hand, palm facing you, the other right there at your hip. And now I'm going to turn and look as that hand moves to the side to wherever I feel a nice gentle stretch in my neck. Gently float the hand back to center. One palm rises and crosses in front of the other. And now change places, gazing towards the other side of the room, torso staying forward, gently, softly relaxed. And I'm just tracking that hand side to side, palms cross in the middle. Allowing your eyes to gaze out into the distance, beyond your fingertips, watching your hand in your peripheral vision. The other rises, gazing out even beyond the walls of your room, like you have X-ray vision, all the way out into that beautiful landscape, countryside, virtual or real, whatever it is. Enjoy that view out beyond your hand. Gazing back towards the middle, and then lift the other hand. Let's return once more to the other side where you feel a nice gentle stretch in the neck. And then slowly return. Hands both glide down to your sides. And let's reach up and around, up overhead, gathering or pulling down some energy and sunlight from above. Let it wash over you. Soften the knees, scoop up from that earth's energy. Breathing in, opening up wherever it takes you. Wherever your shoulders, enjoy the range of motion. Maybe it's a little higher in the sky, maybe it's a little lower. Maybe the energy you need is right there in front of you. You decide. Breathing in on the way up, exhaling on the way down. And let's let the hands float up in front and interlace your fingers and just give your wrists a nice little roll, circling. First one way, and then the other, allowing that energy to move through the wrists and arms, and then add the little shoulder roll with it, softening the knees and letting the whole body gently move, circulating energy up from the feet, up through the knees and hips. Return, circle the other way, a little backstroke if you want, where it feels good. Now keeping these fingers interlaced, let's bring the palms in towards the chest, opening the chest. Gently bring the shoulder blades together a little. Exhale, push the palms forward. And again, your fingers don't have to be interlaced. If it's uncomfortable, just press the palms forward wherever it feels good to you. So connected or not. Now let's press down, and again, gentler with the hands apart or more intense, flexing the wrists, pushing down with the hands interlaced. Glide up the front of the body. Reach up overhead, pressing forward and up, gently reaching upwards. And if you want, you can even float up onto the balls of the feet a little. It's up to you. And then gently return right down the front of the body. I'm going to weight shift to one leg so that I can tap a heel, glide the hands, palms down the side of the body, and Gently lean into the stretch. My weight's on the back foot. Look down at your heels, so not at me. I'm not really doing anything that interesting. Look down at your feet and point that front toe upwards to enjoy a little stretch up the back of the leg. Breathing while you're there. Still keep on breathing. And now on the breath in, let's glide the hand up the leg, up the front of the body. Weight shift. Tap the other heel. Bring the palms down the other side. Gently, softly lower. You can rest the palms on your thigh, your knee, your shin, wherever you want to take it. Wherever you feel a nice, gentle stretch. Toe pointing upwards, shoulder and neck relaxing. Breathing. On the next breath in, let's step in, glide the hands up the front of the body. We're going to go all the way up into the sky again, reaching up and forward, gazing up, letting the shoulders softly melt. And then open the palms, press out and around. Relax the wrists. Let the hands gently drift back to your sides. Let's sink the chi. Hands float up in front. Weightless, opening outward. And one palm circles under, the other right on top to hold the moon. Soften the knees and then let the moon float into the sky or reach out. And circle back to the other side. Breathe in, open. And return, embracing the moon. Once more. Pause right there as you hold the moon. Now let's roll the moon and press one palm up, the other down, connecting heaven and earth. Release, sink, and lift. Floating up and returning. Back and forth. Feeling that stretch up and down the spine. Still leaving some softness, leaving room for a little more. Back and forth. Beautiful. Let's hold the moon right there in front. Allowing everything to float. We're going to sidestep and widen your stance to wherever you enjoy the movement. We're going to sway or circle that moon. Weight shifting. Allowing the hips to release, the knees to gently find their range of motion. Every movement should flow and allow your breath and smile to ease across your face, through your body, smiling from deep inside you. And if the smile doesn't want to come, that's okay. Just gently, softly continue to move and flow. Let's circle the moon, roll it over and return the other direction. Weight shifting. Feeling that sense of harmony, the entire body moving in unison. Returning right back to center, let the moon set over the horizon. Feet return to parallel. Sink your chi. Sway a little, back and forth with the hands gliding across right in front of you. Sliding, drifting. And now let's swirl, creating a little loop with your palms and press like there's a wall forward and to the side right here. Tap the toe and step back in. Weight shift and sway back and forth. A little swirl as we bring it around to the other side. Press and tap. Tap the toe to the side and continue to sway in the breeze. That looks beautiful. We're moving and swaying and then just pressing the palms and tapping the toes. So I'm still facing forward, keeping the energy up through, floating up through the top of my head, waking up my hip. That one little motion, engaging the hip. And then let the hands sway back down. Palms press back behind you this time. Spiral the weight down into one leg. Tap the other heel. And float. Arms up. Toe can go out back. Again, it's wherever you feel that nice, gentle flow, stretch, waking up the hip. So you'll notice I'm not leaning into it. I'm just staying lifted through the top of my head. Arms and leg moving back and forth. Bring the foot back to parallel. Spiral the energy down into the other leg. Soften and find your center, your root, and then tap the other heel. Palms back. Hands float up. Toe taps. And as the wobbles come, they always do, allow yourself to just softly move with it. So we're not fighting our own body. We're just letting it find its center, its balance, and allowing the wobbles. Like you're riding on a train, perhaps. And return that foot. Let the hands drift down. Feet return to parallel. Reconnect and sink your chi. Gather in. And this is your moment to just relax and breathe. Return that energy down into your center. Let's make some loose fists. Weight shift into one leg, and then the other toe and knee can float. Either toe tap or let your knee float a little higher and let your foot swing in the breeze. Again, it's all about what feels best, what works for you. Allowing the shoulders and elbows to just softly float there. And then let's toe tap or kick and punch with the opposite fist. Return, weight shift, and settle the energy. The other knee floats. And again, it's either a toe tap or toe float. Floating in the breeze. And when you're ready, a little toe tap or kick and punch. Slowly return, weight shift. Back and forth. Exhale as you're punching. And gently return that energy back in on the breath in. Expanding, reconnecting. Slowly moving that energy. And building a little muscle tone while we're at it. Back and forth. Beautiful. Let the hands relax as your feet return, both centered on the earth. Sink your chi. Hands return to the lower dantian, that lower energy center. One palm over the other. Weight shift to one side. And now this is your choice again. Either tap, point and flex heel toe. Or if you're feeling like you want to balance a little more, didn't get enough, let your toe just float in the breeze there and continue to wake up the ankle and calves. Now I'm going side to side, little toe, big toe, tapping. Or again, if you're floating, you can either go side to side, or I think it's easier to just spiral the ankle wherever you feel the nice flexibility there. Weight shift and bring it in. Sinking that weight into the other foot and the other heel toe, taps or floats and gently rotates. Warming up the ankle. Side to side. Little toe, big toe. Connecting. Picking up that energy. Let's bring that foot in and sink your chi. And sway back and forth on the waves, on the wind, perhaps on the breeze, the spring breeze. Blow warm or cool. You never know what you're going to get. And it brings with it fresh, renewing air and spring blossoms. Got some beautiful cherry blossoms just blowing in the breeze. We've got crab apples. Let's bring the hands in and take a little step to the corner and push. Glide the hands back as you weight shift back. Exhale and push. And glide back. Now reach up and around overhead like cherry blossoms blowing in the breeze. One hand leads, the other follows up overhead, softly swirling in spring sun. And glide forward. Now with the weight forward, stay there for just a moment. Now let this hand glide open and back, open and look back. And now weight shift, swing your arms for wind in the willows. Tiny little light green, spring green leaves starting to emerge on the willow branches as they blow in the breeze. Once more, weight shifts forward and then look back as you swing in the breeze, and then bring the hands in and push once and return right back, swaying side to side, feet parallel. Bring the hands in, take a little step to the other corner, push. Gliding in, breathing in, exhaling and pushing. Now here we go, up overhead, swirl that energy through the crabapple blossoms, bright pink. I have one called a prairie fire. Absolutely spectacular colors. As the wind blows the bright pink blossoms like there's snow. Now let's open the back hand with the weight forward and swing wind in the willows back and forth. So caught up by the crabapple tree, I forgot about my willow tree. Back and forth. It's like, hey, what about me? I may not have bright pink blossoms, but I'm equally worthy of attention. Let the hands come in, give a little push to the corner, and return right back to center. Feet back to parallel. Sink your chi. Breathe in. Circle. And return. Return the palms one over the other right there at your lower dantian. Weight shift to one leg. And now let's let one toe create little circles right there around your body. And again, how big of a circle? Well, that's up to you. It can be smaller or it can be a little larger. If you want to get real fancy, you can circle with the toe off the ground or even with the knee lifted. Again, really up to you. Finding wherever your body enjoys the movement. And change direction, circling the other way. Exploring your balance, your range of motion. Staying relaxed and lifted through the upper body. Weight shift, give this leg a break, pour the energy through the center of your body, down into the leg, and then give the other toe a little test, see where it takes you. Line the hips, the leg that's supporting you to be soft, open, lift the knee a little and see where it goes. Let's change direction. Circling the other way. Keeping it gentle. As long as you're moving and breathing and smiling, you're doing it right. So everything else is a matter of personal preference and whatever your body's telling you. Let's weight shift and let the hands relax to your sides. Let's spiral this toe again. And if you want, let the hands circle in either the same or the opposite direction and play with the movements. More dynamic. The softer your whole body remains, the less you think about it, the easier it becomes. Easier said than done sometimes. So just play with it, enjoy it like you're playing in the mud. Nobody cares. what it looks like. If you want to change direction, oh my, what the heck just happened? See how you go. One way and then the other. Swirling and enjoying the movement. It's beautiful. Let's weight shift. Bring that energy down into the other leg. You can start the foot and then add the hand or do both at the same time. It's up to you. Spiraling. Softly playing. Without a care in the world. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares what it looks like. You can make your mud pies or play in the rain, puddles, whatever you want. Circle the other way. Good job. Beautiful. Let the hands drift back down to your sides. Shake off all that mud and rain. Take your coat off and kick the boots off. Sink your chi. Weight shift to one side and tap a heel. Lift the hand over that foot. Bring the other right underneath your elbow or over the knee. This is play the lute. Step back in, weight shift, and over to the other side. Heel taps. One hand over the knee, one hand over the foot. Step back in and return. Heel tap. Back and forth. Or perhaps gathering up some of those beautiful daffodils, tulips. Making a nice little bouquet right there you can give to a friend or family member. Someone who needs their day brightened. Let's pause right there. Circle the hands. Hold the moon. Now let's take one hand and just tuck it behind you. Weight shift and toss some flowers out and around. Open. Circulate. And circle back. One more time like that. Weight shift. Bring it back. Hold the moon or hold your bouquet and then give it a toss. Circle. Open. Circle back. Once more. This is also called parting your horse's mane. Hands drift down. Step back in. And let's play the lute 3 times. Heel taps. Circle back. And over to the sky. Still breathing. Exhale and pause. Let's hold the moon or hold your basket of flowers. Put this hand behind and then just scatter them around. Circle back. Once more. Top hand over the basket and now let's pull one hand past the other. This is called parting the horse's mane. Imagine you're gliding your hands down the mane of a horse, untangling the fur, maybe pulling the crabapple blossoms out of it. Step back in and tap your heel. Play the lute 3 times. Back and forth. Step in this time as we hold the basket, toes empty here, so that you can take your time and find your footing. We'll step to the corner now. Part the horse's mane 3 times. Circle back. Once more. Hands float down as you step in. Play the lute. Once. Breathe in. Hands circle. Melt and exhale. And again over here. Very nice. Let's step in. That foot's empty. Circle. Wrap your arms around giant bouquets of tulips. Tulips to spare. Circle and send them flying. Let the hands glide back in and now let's tap the heel again. Back and forth. Play the lute 3 times. Looking good. Pause right there. We're going to tap the toe in, circle and hold the basket. Now, this time I'm going to do the same footwork, but I'm going to just press this hand down and this one pauses, gazing at your open palm right there in front of you. Circle back. Look kind of like parting our horse's mane, although there's no mane. I'm just opening and warding off. Once more. Scoop the lower hand, spiral and step in, and hold the basket on this side. Take a little step. This palm rises, the other presses down, and circles back, warding off. Not quite as exuberant as parting our horse's mane. Let's scoop, spiral, step into transition, that great big wheel turning. Now let's step out again, ward off once, and then roll back. Release, reach around, gliding your hands down the bird's tail feathers, perhaps. This hand scoops so we can spin that great big wheel, circle, and return to the other side. Find your footing and ward off once. Scoop and roll back 3 times. Breathe in and grasp the bird's tail gently and let it go. Scoop and spiral. Step in. And here we are, right back where we started. Take a little step out, ward off once. Scoop and roll back. And now bring this palm to your wrist and press. Reach gently, gliding your hands down. Palm to wrist, press. Like you're gliding your hands down the branches of that willow tree. And now release the hands and let's push the waves. Sink and rise 3 times. Spiraling that energy as the wind blows. And open the hands, step in, and gently circle right back to the other side. Tap the toe, find your footing, ward off. Scoop and roll back. Palm to wrist, press. Gently reach and glide back. Perhaps gliding your hands through those fuzzy, what do you call them, pussy willows. One more push. And then release. Let's push ourselves through the reeds, the cattails, pussy willows. One more time. And open across, step in, and gather your basket for more beautiful blossoms. Roll back, press, and release. And just one push. Once for each movement. Open across the horizon, step in and circle to hold your basket. And let's gather one of each of the flowers. Ward off, roll back, a couple of branches, blooming flowers, fill your basket, and come back across. Let's try that again. Once to each side, 4 movements rolled into one, grasping your bird's tail, ward off, roll back, press, release, and push. Glide across the horizon, step in and circle the hands, hold your basket, step out, ward off, roll back, gathering beautiful blossoms, spring, meadow, and walking back to center. Hands float back to middle. Turn right down the center and sink your chi. Breathe in and let go. Let's place one palm over the other again, back to our center, our core, lower dantian, and sway a little back and forth. Gonna tap one toe and then just gently take a step forward. So one small little step. Weight shift, rock back, pivot on that heel, and then weight shift so that you can come forward with the other foot. We're gonna slow walk, Tai Chi walk. Weight shift forward, rock back, pivot a little on that heel. And one more step, and then I'm out of space. Let's lift the back foot, step back, sink the foot, weight shift, and then lift the other. So it's as if you're stepping through the tulips, tiptoeing through the tulips. Uh-oh. Find your footing. Don't crush them. Gently. Weight shift. And I think I have room for one more step. Find your footing. Weight shift. And bring the feet to parallel. Let's do that again, stepping forward. So I've got an empty foot, whichever one you want. Find your footing. Forward. Weight shift. Rock back. And a little pivot. Gazing side to side, taking in the whole beautiful landscape. Flowers far as you can see, tulip fields, multiple colors, rainbows of colors. Find your footing, weight shift, rock back, pivot slightly, easing off into the other side. One more step, heel, toe, and weight shift. Now let's find our footing behind us. Sinking into the mud a little. You gotta pull that foot out of the mud very carefully. That front foot out of the mud. Find your footing. Make sure you're not gonna sink too deep. And then weight shift. Slow Tai Chi walk. One more step. Behind, weight shift. And bring your feet to parallel. Sink the chi. Relax the hands. Breathe in. And release. Hands float up the middle. Open. And grab onto your basket. Weight shift to one side. Whatever hand's on top, that's where the weight is. Tap the toe. Now, we're going to take a little step forward. Part your horse's mane again. Let's do 3 of those. Just weight shifting. Back and forth right there. I know you want to go for a walk. We will in a minute. Circle back. Part your horse's mane. Now here, let's take a step. So I'm going to weight shift back. Pivot on that front heel a little. Turn the hands. Here I am. Right back at my basket. Weight shift. Bring the other foot forward. Part your horse's mane. Scatter some flowers. Weight shift. Circle. The hands. And find your footing. One more. I think I've got room for 2 more steps. Let's part the mane. Open. Weight shift. Hold the basket. Switch pivot. Once more. Open. And return. Beautiful. Bring your feet to parallel. Hands float down the middle. Sink your chi right there. Right in the middle of our tulip field. Hands float down. Continue to breathe. Breathe in that beautiful fragrance. Hands float up in front. And hold a ball. You can roll a ball either way you want. Now, whichever hand's underneath, let's pull that hand back and out to the side. Both palms open to the sky, the sun above. This one fans you or folds in and then pushes down the hand. Push and pull. Reach out. Elbow softens. Hand glides down the arm. This is called repulsing the monkey. I don't know that there's probably very many monkeys in tulip fields, but there are today. Push and pull, weight shift. So reach out, weights on that outreached arm, hand side, weight shift over to the other side as this hand pulls out. Reaches, folds back in, glides down the arm. Now, as I reach out to this side, let's pick up that empty foot. Find your footing behind you in the mud. Slowly weight shift as you push and pull. Reach out again. Open. Find your footing. Weight shift. Push, pull, or repulse monkey while we tiptoe through the tulips. Once more each side. Breathing. Still on breathing? Yeah, I want you to breathe while we're doing this. Beautiful. Push, pull. And let the hands float down as your feet come back to parallel. Sink your chi. I think we have time for one more little walk. Open the arms, reach out, embrace your basket of flowers, and now let's part the horse's mane or open, weight shift, pivot and circle the hands. Find your footing, part the mane, rock back, circle, and hold the moon. Beautiful, good job. 2 more times. Once on this side, weight shift and circle, and 1 more step forward. Find your footing, weight shift and open. Step to parallel, hands float down. Sink your chi. Breathe in and return. Hands float up in front. And give me a little weight shift as you pull one hand back and out. Open. Repulse your monkey. We'll try a couple just without the walking. Once to each side. And if you want, up to you, take a little step back. Find your footing. Repulse the monkeys. Once. And twice. 2 more monkeys. And I think they finally got the word. No more monkeys. Beautiful. Let the hands come back to parallel. Step up to wherever you began and float right down the center. Sink your chi. Breathing in and letting go. Let's reach up and around, up overhead. A nice big stretch. Reaching up first with one arm and then the other, all the way up into the tree branches. Gazing up at the beautiful, colorful blossoms. And then bring a little of that beautiful, vibrant energy down the front of the body. Gliding down in front for brushing the kidneys and feet. I'm going to open the palms, glide my pinkies across my ribs, and then connect the palms to my back, my lower back and kidneys, gliding down my back and sides of my legs, gently bending at the waist, legs straight, softening forward, allowing my hands to continue down the legs until I'm folded forward wherever it takes you, not pushing or forcing, just allowing yourself to soften, shoulders melting, head softly folded forward, gazing back. Palms can face the tops of the feet. Breathing there for a moment, and then on the next breath in, let's soften the knees, glide the hands up the anterior ankles and up the inside of the legs. Rising, floating up one vertebra at a time, all the way until you're back upright. Reach up and around, overhead again, up into the sky, and then gather some of that beautiful spring energy. Bring it down through you. Palms turn up at the ribs, pinkies glide around, hands connect to the lower back and kidneys, and gently lower and soften forward. Releasing into the stretch as the hands continue their journey down to wherever it takes you. Releasing and softening, enjoying the stretch. And on the next breath in, knees soften, arms, hands glide up in the inside of the legs. Feeling yourself unfurl like a beautiful spring blossom, all the way up into the sunlight until you're upright. And let's reach up one more time, up overhead, gathering the energy from above and letting it filter down through you, clearing your mind, opening your heart, and sinking deep down into your core. Let's bring it up from the heart, overflowing right there in front of you. And gather up again, breathing in and releasing, letting go of anything you don't need. Making room for more beautiful, vibrant energy as it returns deep inside you. Bring a little of that energy up to your heart, giving it and receiving it, sending it out from your heart, connecting and sharing with everyone here that energy and light, extending it out into the world. Like ripples. It's cool. As the hands drift back, let's step in and sync your chi. Returning the energy deep inside you, knowing that beautiful spring energy is there whenever you need it. Return to the breath and go with the flow. Thank you. Sending you peace, love, and chi.